Hi, Michael. Right now, the marketing concept that I wanted to touch on for my vignette is I wanted to touch on market segmentation and targeting, and I wanted to relate it to my former employer, Ticketmaster slash Live Nation. So, some background on Ticketmaster. So, they are the largest ticket marketplace, and they are owned by Live Nation, which is a top live event organizer and promoter. Ticketmaster, what they do is they sell tickets online through their app and then also through fan support centers where you can buy physical copies of tickets as well. So over the last year, Ticketmaster is a brand that has really been through some hot water. For example, with their infamous dropping the ball last year in November 2022, with their site crashing during the highly anticipated Taylor Swift tour pre-sale event. So what this resulted in is it really resulted in some global hate of the brand and even U.S. congressional investigations about their failure during this event, increasing attention on the fact that Ticketmaster does have a monopoly in ticket selling. With this recent drama surrounding the Ticketmaster brand, I think it's really important to investigate how Ticketmaster should continue to segment and cater to different types of markets in order to remain successful, particularly because they do have such a wide and varied audience. So there are a lot of methods that I do recommend Ticketmaster slash Live Nation should segment by in order to truly improve their reach. So one of the things that I would recommend that they segment by would be demographics. So demographics involve categories like age, gender, income. For this in particular, some of the recommendations that I have is by age or period of life that someone might be in. So since attending live events is something that younger people tend to have more time for and tend to allocate more money to, I think Ticketmaster should be targeting people within the age range 18 to 30, just because these people do tend to go to a lot of different types of concert events or also sporting events. Older people tend to as well, but it's definitely important to focus on this younger age range, I would recommend. In addition to that, another demographic segment that I think Ticketmaster should be looking at is families. So targeting families would involve those who are interested in family-friendly events. So some of these would include artists or singers, for example, that are very popular for kids. So someone that a parent would like to take their kids to. Other types of events would include Disney on Ice, Kids Bop Live, or even sporting events could potentially be considered family-friendly as well. High income is another demographic segment that I think is important to cater to. So this would include people who get front row floor seating at a concert, box seats or courtside seats at a sporting event, or purchase just special VIP experiences along with the ticket that they get to go to the event in the first place. So moving on to geographic segmentation, this is primarily based on location, and I think that there are two main locations that Ticketmaster should be focusing on, and this is urban areas and suburban areas. So both urban and suburban areas are really important to focus on just because a lot of live events that happen require that people go to them. So a lot of these venues tend to be in urban and suburban areas. So within Colorado, for example, Mile High Arena, Ball Arena, or Mile High Stadium, Ball Arena, Red Rocks, just to name a few, are where we see a lot of live events happening. Since this tends to be within the Denver metro area or the surrounding areas as well, I think it's important to primarily focus on these types of areas, just because it is where a lot of people will be and where a lot of people will want something to do on the weekends, essentially, or what need something to go to, like a concert, sporting event, etc. If Ticketmaster does choose to focus on a rural type of segment as well, they definitely can do this. However, it would have to be specific to people in that area, so it would have to be something that would draw a lot of interest. So some popular rural live events would include professional bull riding, for example, or potentially some type of country music event as well. Moving on to psychographic segmentation. So what psychographic segmentation is, it is marketing based off of lifestyles, values, interests, and attitudes. So some interests and attitudes of people who currently use Ticketmaster include music fans, sports fans, and then cultural snobs. So music fans can be broken up through a lot of different ways. So music fans are regular concert goers, and it can be broken up by different types of love for music. So country, pop fans, rap fans, electric music fans, etc. And just because you're one type of music fan doesn't mean you can't also love another type of music as well. Sports fans are another segment here, and just like with music fans, there are a lot of different types of sports, a lot of different types of sports fans, so you can be all types of sports fans or be more limited to maybe only football, for example. Cultural snobs is the last psychographic segment here, and it really is people who are interested in events like ballet, musical theater, opera, or symphonies, for example. Something that Ticketmaster does right now to appeal to music fans in particular, and I think that it's something that they should continue to focus on, is they offer pre-sale through their verified fan program. And essentially what this is when there's a fan of a particular music artist, they're able to register for ticket pre-sale through Ticketmaster. So pre-sale allows for fans to get the opportunity to purchase tickets before the tickets officially go on sale, meaning that these fans can buy them for a cheaper price, the wholesale price, before they go to the secondary market, which usually has a lot of scalpers involved. So Ticketmaster should really focus on making sure that they're improving their ability to detect bots and scalpers to make sure that verified real true fans are not being prevented the opportunity to see their favorite artists. So they've really had to improve their technology during pre-sale over the last year, since November 2022, since they did have a lot of pitfalls in their technology last year, and it was something that they did get a lot of criticism for. As a Ticketmaster user and music lover, I have noticed that their technology for their pre-sale has really improved, and it's just something that I think that they should continue to focus on, since overall, this verified fan program is a really important way to make sure that you are catering to music fans and demonstrating that they do care about the fact that their fans should get the ability to see shows instead of having to go through scalpers to get tickets. Moving on to behavioral segmentation. So a behavior that Ticketmaster should segment by includes tech savviness. So the world of ticketing over the last few years has really moved mostly virtual. So anytime you buy a ticket, it will be on, most of the time when you buy a ticket, it'll be online or through a mobile app, for example. Once you purchase a ticket, the way that it works is that it is on your phone, added to your mobile wallet, and then once you are at a venue, you will scan it, and then they will let you into that venue. So this has really moved a lot of the ticketing industry online, and because of that, it's really made a lot of people have to be more tech savvy than they might have initially been. So that's a big way that the ticket industry has been moving. However, I think it's important to recognize that not everyone may want to be as tech savvy, and a lot of people particularly do not like the fact that there are so many hidden convenience fees that Ticketmaster currently has associated with purchasing a ticket online. So just because of this, I think it's good to offer an alternative to those convenience factors and to buying a ticket through a mobile app. So what they do actually have, Ticketmaster does have traditional options for purchasing a physical ticket, and this is something that really big music lovers do love, is they do love to get those physical tickets because it is kind of a piece of memorabilia from going to a particular event. So I think Ticketmaster should really start to sort of promote some of these options more. So they do have some select fan support centers where you can buy a physical copy of a ticket, and these should become just a little bit more prominent than they currently are, just so people do know that there is an option that they can go to besides purchasing their tickets online. They still can purchase through Ticketmaster, but they should still promote sort of the physical copy purchases in addition to their mobile ordering as well. Ultimately, all the segments that I went over, many Ticketmaster users can fall into multiple segments. So over time, Ticketmaster should continuously gather data on all of these different types of segments and then refine their segmentation strategy to make sure that they are able to satisfy their very wide customer base and everyone who continues to use them as a service.